Okay, so you've asked a very interesting question about the square root of x, which is, how flat does it get?
I think it's going to keep getting flatter because there's going to be more and more square roots between the square roots that we can actually say are integers, like the square root of 25. Because between the square root of 16 and the square root of 25, there's more than between the square root of 1 and the square root of 4.
Ah, okay. So it seems to take, as the square root of x, goes out to infinity, it seems to, there's more numbers from here to here when it goes up by 1, whatever this is, if this is x, and it goes up by 1,
Yeah.
x plus 1. There's more numbers from here to here than there were between here and here when it was at x minus 1.
Yeah. And since it has to keep, those numbers still have to go the same distance, so it has to get flatter and flatter.
Okay. What do you mean that those numbers still have to go the same distance?
I mean, they still have to climb up 1.
Ah, do you see that?
Yeah.
They still have to climb up 1.
So that means they eventually won't level off.
Okay, why not? That's a great
Because
observation.
they have to go 1, but it'll be really close to leveling out, but it won't level out.
Okay, it always has to go up another 1 because whenever it's at x,
It has to go to x plus 1.
there's always an x plus 1.
Yeah.
No matter how big x is, even if x is,
Grams number.
But what if x
even
is
if x is Graham's number.
what if x is infinity?
Aha! Where's infinity on the x-axis?
Somewhere over here.
Yeah. Do you ever get to infinity?
No.
No.
But if there's infinity numbers between there, then it would level out. Because it's going up by so little each time that you can't really call it going up.
Okay, that's actually an interesting question. So the question then becomes how many numbers are in between?
Yeah.
Right, so maybe there's a point where it's so wide that it's actually infinitely many to step up.
But
1.
that's gonna be, it'll be a huge number.
Yeah, but will it be infinity or not? Let's see if we can figure out how many numbers are in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's
It took
2 numbers.
2 numbers.
5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
4 numbers.
4,
10,
11, 12, 13,
14,
15,
15,
16.
16.
How many numbers was that?
That was 6.
6 numbers.
So maybe it
I
keeps
think the
going.
next one's gonna be 8.
Okay, let's
17,
see.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25.
So
How many numbers is this?
2, 4. That would be 8.
Okay, so when we were at 1, whose square root was 1, there were 2 numbers to the next number.
Yeah.
When we're at 4, whose square root is
2.
2, there were 4 numbers. When we were at 9, whose square root is
3. There were 6 numbers.
So it seems like there's double the square root of
Integer.
this, like when at 16 is
okay.
double 4.
So when we're on the x-axis, when we're at x squared, like
Yeah.
we're at 1 or 4 or 9 or 16, it looks like how many numbers, let's see if you can answer this. How many numbers, when we're at x squared and whose square root is x there, how many numbers does it seem to take to go to x plus 1 squared? How many integers are in between these
Well, it looks like x times 2.
two? That's right. 2x. Okay. So when is 2x, the number in between, going to be infinity?
When x is infinity.
So are we ever going to have infinitely many numbers in between?
No.
No.
Unless we get so big that we actually do get infinity.
So it climbs, your observation that it climbs less and less, and it gets flatter and flatter and flatter is right. But it always still keeps climbing, even though it's climbing slower and slower and slower. So no matter what number we have over here, I call this number z, what's the x value where we're going to hit this number z, no matter how high it is?
Well.
What number's square root is going to be z?
I think, z squared.
Z squared.
Cool.
Cool. So no matter what number you have on the positive y-axis, no matter how high up it is, you're always going to hit it. Because as long as once you go out z squared.
Cool.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, so never completely levels out.
Never completely levels out. Great question. All right, now let's talk about what it looks like around x equals 1.
All right.
Yeah.